There are so many companies. There are so many wigs. There are so many colors. How are you supposed to make heads or tails of the wigs, toppers, or hairpiece arena? I get it. Hey everyone, hi, I'm Angela, someone with gray hair. So I want to begin by addressing two viewer questions that I had this past week. Kathleen wants to know, she's been trying to find a 10-inch human hair or realistic looking synthetic topper. Now I'm going to put the human hair question aside because I don't really have a lot of experience with human hair. Post-production, I did find a human hair topper. I'm going to insert a graphic for you right at this point. So yeah, there is a human hair topper, 16-inch by Raquel Welch, and I do not see that it's available in a gray shade, unfortunately. So we'd have to do a little bit more investigating on that. But they do have human hair toppers. That's the good news. But synthetic looking toppers, 10 inches or right around there, I think I can help you with that. When I first started looking into wearing alternative hair, I had not really decided on a wig, a topper. I started off with a little clip-on ponytail that I absolutely loved. I wore that thing to death. It looks like a little rat now, and I don't think that it could be brought back to life. But I was wearing the ponytails, and then I purchased a few hair pieces, and I think because of that I started to get some videos up in my feed from YouTube. Then I started watching videos about full wigs. And right about that time I had begun losing my hair. I've covered that in other videos. But I had absolutely no idea what a topper was. I went from a clip-on ponytail to a full wig. But over the years I have found out that sometimes a topper can really be all that you need. And I so wish that I had known that when I first started to review wigs. So anyway, what's on my head right now is a topper. You've probably guessed that, but let me take it off for you so that you can see the marked difference. And you can see here in my hair is doing something very, very interesting right now. It's looking for something to point with. It's getting these, I'm getting more gray in through here because that's my hair right there. And this is the topper. Very interesting. I had been going all white, but now here I am. Here's my white, but now I'm getting more of the gray in there. I've been eating a lot more protein. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. I've got a little clip somewhere. Got this here, so you could see how it looks. It's been pretty much like this all day. And I put that clip in, and now it's got a really nice little wave that my hair does naturally. This is my own hair. This is the longest piece of my own hair. I did a whole video on this. I'll link it below. And it's style forward 16 inches. So let me slip this off for you. All the clips are, ancillary clips I should say, are out. So there you can see. I know it's not there. I wouldn't go out like this. In other words, I might go for a walk, just pull it back in a ponytail, but I certainly wouldn't wear it to an event. I would probably get it cut the length of my hair. All right, so, and also I will admit she's looking a little ratty on the ends. I've worn her to death. And when I wear her, I usually wear her up, and that's why you're seeing so much. It's not super silky, but that could easily be fixed. She's not dead yet. The topper is heat friendly, so I would be able to easily rectify these ends. But they look okay, you know, when you're pulling it up in a bun or something in the back. Okay, so let's get this off. So now all I'm going to do is hopefully just roll it back. And here it is. as I said, I did a whole video on this topper. Now she has a mono top, mono meaning monofilament. Underneath this, when they use monofilament, you can see my finger, which means you can see right into the scalp. So it gives a very, very realistic look. And on the front, she has a very generous piece of silicone. So if you are a person that has no hair where that silicone lies, it's going to adhere, especially if you're using tape or, well, if you're using tape, that's going to help adhere to your forehead. All right, so she's off. You could see her length. Now, to the lady who wrote into me, this is a 16-inch topper. It also comes in a 12-inch. You might want to look at that 12-inch. If the 12-inch, and again I'll link it below, if the 12-inch is too long, take it to your hairdresser and just have them snip it for you. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clips. Okay, so I'm just going to lay her in my lap for a moment. Now, you could see my natural hair. My natural hair, I love it when I hear people say they have fine hair, but they have a lot of it. Well, I have fine hair, but I don't have a lot of it. Actually, my hair, it's not really fine. Believe it or not, it's kind of, if I didn't put anything on it, it would be coarse. Almost a breath away from being frizzy. So this is the one that I would recommend. It comes in several different colors in the gray family. If you're a white gray like me, this is the one you would want. I will link it below. And then if you're what I call a sandy gray, they'll have colors for that. If you're a blonde gray, they'll have colors for that. This topper gets used a lot. Here is just an insert. I went out to the Hair You Wear company. They're the ones that manufacture the Raquel Welch line of wigs. And I just scrolled down the page to show you the different colors in the different categories. I did not see colors for toppers. So just know when you're looking for silver gray or white colors in a topper, it is challenging to find colors that you're going to be able to wear that match the base of your hair. Whether the base of your hair is white, maybe a silvery, maybe a charcoal gray, maybe a lighter gray, maybe a combination of all of those. It is challenging to find the perfect color that you would love for your hair. And of course, that's one of the reasons that I have this channel. So I hope this helped. The link for this page will be below in the description box. Before I put this on, I want to tell you about another topper, and this one is by Godiva. Now this is the one I was talking to another one of my viewers, and she was looking for a suggestion on toppers. So, I mean, we had a very in-depth conversation. What I've been reminded of afresh is how very, very confusing the world of wigs and toppers can be. There are so many companies. There are so many wigs. There are so many colors. How are you supposed to make heads or tails of the wigs, toppers, or hairpiece arena? I get it. Okay, so now I was talking about the viewer that wanted to know about, she actually just wanted to get a topper for the top. And I think that's what a lot of people think of. They hear the word topper and they think, oh, it's for the top. That's what I thought. You know, like a toupee. No. I mean, I guess in a certain way, perhaps the toupee maybe had given way to the topper or vice versa. But it is confusing because it's called a topper, but many of them can be almost as full as a wig. But this particular viewer wanted something that was just for the top and not too much hair. One of the very first pieces that I purchased, and I didn't even know what I was doing, I can't even remember why I purchased her, was this one. And this is from Godiva Secret Wigs. And the reason I like it is because there's not too much hair. And one of the things that makes alternative hair, or fake hair, if you want to call it, look fake, is when there's too much hair. So this one, this topper here by Godiva, and then you're going to see two different colors now. And then this one here, the one in my right hand, your left, this one here, the one in my right hand, is the Transformations Raquel Welch one that I just took off. This one here is the Godiva, the one in my left hand, your right. So if you can see, I don't know if you can see, but this does not have nearly as much hair. Kind of even on the thin side. And this one is very full. Now you might think, if you're new to toppers, well, that's not good. It's just not enough hair. Well, actually it's good, because if you still have hair, and I still have hair back here, right? And a lot of us do. Then where you really where you really need the coverage is anywhere from here to here, whether that be the crown, the hairline, the middle of the head, the side. This will cover all of those scenarios. So even if I started losing my hair really more and more, I could still get away with this topper. The only reason I probably couldn't is if I lost all of it in the front. That's another story. Okay, so how we put them on is you locate the front of the topper, and then you lay it on your fork, and then you lay it on. Okay, to me, this looks a lot more natural than, they both look good, but they're just different looks than this one that I would use to do an updo. Okay, or just pull it back in a ponytail. All right, I'll put it on real quickly for you so you can see. Okay, so even though it's not that much thicker than my hair, what it gives me is, when I turn around, you'll see I don't have it clipped down all the way. That's why it's moving. But believe me, when you put down all the clips, it doesn't move. So I'm just going to integrate it with the rest of my hair. Okay, do that spin for you. Now my hair's long in the back, so just know it could be trimmed. Now you remember that my hair is mostly white, and this topper has a lot of silver and gray in it, but it's okay because my base color is represented in the topper. My base color is white. So that was just a real quickie look at that one. All right, you've already seen the other one on my head. I'm going to put it back, the one that I started out with at the beginning of the video. And and there were the question earlier that I mentioned, the viewer wanted to know, can you wear a lace front topper set back on your head? Well, no, you can't, because the lace front is meant to be at the front, but it's also meant to be a well, let's just say a fake hairline. It's meant to lay on the hairline, and if you tried to put it further back, the lace is going to show. It's not going to work. I thought that too when I first started to wear toppers and wigs. I never knew the lace front. It just always threw me. Okay, now when I put this topper on before, I did not use any glue. I did not use any wig tape. I did not use any it stays, nothing like that. I just put it on with the clips. Oh, and let me just add one thing to that viewer that asked me about, she wanted to get a topper for up here, but didn't necessarily want to have it all, you know, a long topper, and certainly wasn't ready for a wig. If you're just beginning your hair loss like I was, one of the reasons that topper with not a lot of hair was great for me was because it didn't overwhelm me, and it didn't scream fake hair. It just looked like I was having a good hair day. And so I would always recommend something with what they call a low density, meaning not too much hair. Just think of what the average human hair looks like. And you don't need a lot of hair. You really, really don't. Get something that's low density. If it says it in the description, those are your keywords. Low density topper, low density wig. All right? So beginners usually do well with low density things. Unless they super are used to big hair, but most of us aren't. Okay, so back to the transformations. You could put a little bit of it stays right there if that makes you feel comfortable, but I found I did not need it on this topper, and I had it on my head for, gosh, probably almost 6 hours at the time before I made the video. So it's a workhorse. It really is. Just remember, because it's long, you don't ever want to be leaning over the stove. You want to make sure you've got your hair pulled back. Okay. The color is really like a light sand, light white sand of the ocean. Let's just give it a good combing. Heat-defiant fibers do not last as long as non-heat defiant fibers. It's just a fact of life. You want to play, you got to pay. Okay, so there it is, mostly integrated into that. Nobody's going to get so close to you and go, "Are you wearing a topper?" No, they're not going to do that, I promise. Even my own husband, a lot of times he doesn't know. "Do you have something on?" Or, like that. Okay, so like I said, you could either wear it like this, or if you're really stressing over that piece right there, the line of demarcation, there are just so many things you can do. So you could take this part here and just pull that over. Just like that. And then finish combing it. In other words, just work with it. Don't be intimidated. The topper's not the boss of you. You're the boss of the topper. Yes. Okay, so there it is. I'm happy with that. So I could do it just like that. I could go out just like that. Of course, I probably wouldn't, because it'd be driving me crazy. The hair would be in the face. We could put a band in it. You're going to the grocery store. You're running an errand. You're going to a cocktail party with a beautiful white cocktail dress on, or red, or whatever color is in that bandeau. All right, so then you could either take it from here, if you wanted to, and I'm going to put some, I just put some Simply Styling in, because it's got flyaways. Okay. Now listen, I know a lot of you are not going to wear long hair in your day-to-day life, but if you want it every once in a while and you just want to have some fun, that song, girls just want to have fun. Pull a little bit of your hair toward the front. You could even pull out some wisps from the side, but I'm not going to do that. Let me do a turn for you. I didn't have any other hair bands. I had to grab this one. Okay, so you could do that. You could pull it on the side. Well, I don't think this one's going to look great on the side today because she's kind of messed up on the ends. But you could do that if she looks good, if she's in good shape. Just pull all your hair over, and then do your side. You can see a difference between this and this. I see that, but you're just going to line it up with your scalp, and you'll know. This is just to give you the idea of what you're going to do. And it has moved because I'm messing with it. Okay? Maybe pull some of these out, just so that it's not so perfect. hide all the lines of demarcation. Put a headband and a wig. Nobody's ever going to know you've got alternative hair. So, and if the wig was properly cut to match my hair, yes, I would definitely wear it out like this. And I've got some pretty good sized glasses on with this headband, so okay. So that's about probably where I'd have it cut. Not bad. Not bad for a topper, I think. When you put the clips in, if you spray a little hairspray in the spot where the clips go, just kind of rough that hair up a little bit. It'll help those clips kind of grip to something, or maybe even back comb it a little bit. Remember, if you're going to wear it back from your head like I did, and you're going to have it on for a long time, I would use something. I would use maybe just a little bit of it stays. I haven't used anything like that at that demarcation point. I usually just pop a hairband on or a hat, but experiment. See what you find out. And if you find out anything that you think I'd like to know, I would love to know. We're always all learning, everybody. So I'm so glad you stopped by today. I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad you're here. And until next time, I want to wish everyone a wonderful rest of your summer. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.